What's going on, everyone? It's your boy James, and just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on the F-Zero and show you where I'm at. Went ahead and put on the Super Rat, or the G motor, as some call it. Just want to see if it runs. To tell you the truth, it's been sitting for so long, and I've done a little bit of work to it. Put new clutch pads in there, just the pencil erase ones. I should have went with the green ones. It sounds like the green ones are where it's at as far as the cheap pads versus getting something that's a little bit even more high quality, like on Small Performance. I believe they have hardened pads that you can get. Probably should have ponied up and went that route. We also did the spacing where I believe it's like 2, then 1, 2, then 1, just to create a little bit more friction in the grab. We also gutted the friction pad that was in there and put a different one that I had on a spare motor that was just kind of sitting there not doing anything. So very excited to see where that motor takes us. Let me know what you guys do for the fuel line. This kind of setup, it looks like a little bit of a straight shot. First thought process is to kind of rig it behind, have the fuel filter here, and then maybe bring it back this way. Not 100% sure exactly what I'm going to end up doing there, guys. Let me know what you guys have done in the past, minus, having a different setup here and having a bigger carb or a different carb coming off to the side, which would alleviate all the issues, but I don't know. Just kind of want to see how this runs raw. I have the Finchy tire on the back. It is a 26 by 2.125, so a little bit smaller in the back, a little bit smaller tire in the back, which I'm totally fine with. I think it'll just kind of overall help with alignment, but I will say that these tires are super cheap. The outer wall on them is just super thin. I mean, like, I'm squeezing it and it's like moving. So I don't think these tires are gonna last that long, so we'll turn and burn them, all that jazz. We do have a much nicer main chain on there, much higher quality. That chain setup was pretty nice. The one that I bought came with a little I forget what the name is. Chain brake, there we go. It came with a nice chain brake that I've been using like a ton. We've also we won't have to use a chain tensioner, which is super nice. I even have a little bit of play right here that we can do. Got to figure out the pull chain a little bit more. Probably just get a half link and go that route. So we're getting there, guys. What else? Ended up going with a different handlebar setup. Love the blue with a little bit of the green in there. I think it's gonna fit my theme overall. Plus this color matches pretty well with that. And of course, BMX style handlebars. These are the same ones that I actually have on Typhon, but I got them from a different company, still from Amazon, for $10 cheaper. So super excited about that. It's just more comfy. I just really enjoy the BMX style handlebars. I think this is the way to go. What else, guys? We do have a 203 rotor on the front that will definitely help out with avoiding fade. With a bigger rotor, you're not necessarily going to stop a lot faster, but it's going to cool down, so just in case if we ever get in a sticky situation, it will not heat up as much, and then we can create more friction and have less fade overall. So I think that'll be a nice touch. Still got to throw some air into the air shocks. I believe that I fill it up from down here, and I just got to figure out a good PSI and all that stuff. Got to read the manual, go through there, but I think overall, guys, I think it's looking pretty darn shabby. Pretty good. It's kind of goofy looking, just the way it is with these spacers in here, but it feels really good. Anyways, guys, what I really wanted to talk to you about is what I ended up doing for the fuel cap. So when you guys get these motors, this is going to be something that you're going to want to do right away. Because this seals completely, you're not going to get any airflow. And embarrassing, but I actually don't have a tap and die set. I know, Motorized Bicycle Guy doesn't have a tap and die set. I know, it's a shame. But if you get a kit, they're like $100, and if you want to get the drill bits with it too, which makes sense to me, you're looking at $200 for a cheap set on Amazon. So because I spend money on other motorized bicycle parts and some other stuff here and there, especially been spending money in the safety department, I went with a different route. So you can buy these little fuel vent caps. They're actually meant to go in your gas tank and into your, oh geez, I'm blanking. It's supposed to actually go into one of these guys right here for your fuel. And what you do, I don't know if you guys remember, but back when I was a kid, they actually had the little tab for venting that you could do. Well, because of child safety and stuff like that, and people probably getting high off of gas, they took that out. And so the kind of way to avoid, or the way to get around that, is to buy one of these guys right here. So basically what you do is you drill a hole either into your motorized bicycle cap or into your gas tank, what's called a gas tank. Drill a hole into there, and then you can go ahead and use this little setup. And that's basically what I did. I used that, drilled a hole. It has a nice little rubber gasket on both sides. This one's squished right there. Let me go ahead and open this up. And let's see how it goes. This actually ended up working pretty slick, a little bit better than I thought it was going to tell you the truth. I was kind of hesitant. I was like, yeah, I could return it, which I could definitely do, but basically what I did was just remove the little cap that goes with it, drilled my hole. You have the two rubber gaskets that kind of sit in between. That pinches it together so you're not going to leak fuel out that way, okay? And once you drill the hole, you go ahead and take... Sorry, I'm struggling. It is hot. I'm sweating like the dickens. We're on week 4 in 100-degree temperature, and I'm just over it. But so yeah, you drill your hole. You go insert this from the bottom. Go ahead and put your rubber gasket over the top there. You have this nice little, I don't know what to call that, just some kind of nut that just goes around the gasket, and then you just take the nut and tighten it up super tight. I think this little thing ran me about like $8, maybe $10, and I get like a couple extra ones, which I actually will probably put into my gas tanks. Yeah, kind of a nice little setup. Anyways, so went ahead and crushed that guy on there super tight. Was a little bit hard to hold this part still, but once you tighten it down, it actually starts to bind up, and then you can get it pretty well. And then I just took one of these vents. If you look right there, you can see that there's actually a little hole there, and that allows the vapor to escape, and then you can actually suck it in. And I just took a little tiny bit of oil because this is a little bit bigger than the actual tube itself, which is a good thing because it's going to stay on there. Plus, because it's threaded, I don't think I have to really worry about this coming off. So put some oil on there, just a little bit. Went ahead and just screwed it on nice and easy, and boom. We are good to roll for a total, oh, I don't know. This little pack was $8. This was maybe $10. So for $18, we are good to go. And came with 3 altogether. I'll have 2 extra ones for something else down the road. And yeah, looking pretty slick, honestly, guys. So we'll go ahead and slap it on and see how it looks. Just kind of wanted to share that with you. If you don't have a top and die set and don't want to spend a ton of money on it, this might be the way to go. Hopefully it works out. But yeah, boom. Now we have airflow. Now we have some airflow in the gas tank, and I can leave this on and go to the next stage. I'm going to go ahead and work on some other stuff. I think really at this point, we just got to do all the stuff on the handlebars with our brake lines and throttle, and that's about it, guys. I'm super excited. Besides that, just a short little video to kind of show you where we are at. Sorry this project has taken so long. It's been a lot as far as other bicycles kind of running into some issues in here and there. Typhon, I broke the drive chain on that. It was a crappy chain, but we'll probably actually end up getting another one of these and put that on Typhon. So, alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully this little tip helps you out in your guys' little adventures. So, alrighty. Ride hard, have fun, be safe.